first, guys. Oh.
Howdy, it's Matt, and in this episode for you I have the Maiden of the Ranger 1600. Now, to give you an early heads up, this is a two-part episode, as in that we are going to go off to the flight line and we're going to fly it around some line of sights and really get a feel for it. And then we're going to come back here to the workbench because there's a couple of things which I need to make you aware of from not only my own findings but also the feedback from those of you which actually own a Ranger 1600, because there are some things which will catch you out and also some things which will really annoy you too. So with that said, let's jump across to the flight line and go and see this thing really getting his nuts ragged off. No!
Andy loves man! That is the wheel of doom!
Fine. Oh no! Oh. Oh. Landed! Good morning. Ranger 1600. We've got cameraman Andy over there, which is rather frustrated with, what was it, the FY41?
Almost tempted just to rip it out then.
Don't do it, don't do it. Putting that vector in that model was a royal pain in the ass, and I've just had some fun here on the flight line because it turned out the receiver which I put in the wing, the Crossfire one, needed to be updated. Quick update, I've done a post-build video. The only thing which I've broken since is that one of the little, put it on there, one of the little arms or little indents, sorry, little nodules on there has come off, so I've got to use a bit of tape to hold the lid on, which is a bit annoying. That thing is still utter rubbish. A couple of things which I've noticed and some tips which I've had. Number one is to look out for the dip on the launch. So these will lose height just after you launch them. You need to go really careful of that. And the other thing which I've noticed is these servos are not very good at all. And I genuinely mean that, they're not very good at all. So I think in hindsight is that buy the kit version, because then you can put decent quality servos in it. And at the moment I've already put in the bin, and the ESC, well, it was a 30 amp ESC, I'll keep it for a rainy day some point in the future. But yeah, go for the kit version, not the plug and play. Right, you want to be my cameraman, please, Andy?
Oh yes.
And also, just a point, what I'm going to do is that I've checked this, but you should always be humble and ask someone else to check it. So if I give you that,
fine, just chuck it.
it's fine. Right.
Make for a better video.
Yeah. There we go.
That's double lid.
Yeah, double lid.
Most gliders have that, don't they?
Double lids.
My TSW28's got a double lid, but it's got a clear top rather than a blackened.
Ooh.
So we've got point to low wing, upsy, downsy, rightsy, lefty.
That's it. That's it, and then in stabilised mode.
Up,
Yeah, so that brings
down,
that up.
down, yeah.
And then like that. Cool, and then the CG
It's got one in the box apparently.
is in the box and it's slightly nose heavy. I've put pins up underneath there on their CG line. Nobody mentioned anything about the CG on them, so other than that you might have to put a bit of lead in the nose if you're running a full setup. But that's got 5200 4S pack in it. Oh, lovely crotch shot going on here.
Yeah, crotch shot in 2 dimensions.
Oh, there you go. Right, let's go for this.
That's one for the ladies, yeah?
Right, let's go out to the strip, I think.
Yeah, it's about, yeah. Yeah, just in case it fails right.
Yeah. Mini talent motor, should be pretty good.
Yeah, they fit most things, don't they? Even little wings. Do you want a bung or you?
There's a lot of gravity.
So you want me to do a bung?
No.
You heard that here first, guys. Oh.
No rates, Matt.
Right, there we are.
Oh.
I was too busy laughing, almost laughing at me and hitting the hedge, but
That nearly went in, didn't it?
Bit more beans on takeoff.
Yeah, a lot more beans. Right, calm down a bit.
Oh, cameraman's just lost it.
That was a bit sketchy, wasn't it?
A little bit. Oh.
Bit of left trim.
Bit of lefty righty.
Yeah. So I'll bring it in a little bit closer now. Does it look like it's wallowing a bit on that tail?
Can't really see I'm videoing.
Makes a nice whooshing noise, doesn't it?
That aerial on the side.
High rate.
Seems to be doing alright.
Yeah. Camera keeps telling me off to pan in too quick.
Oh, plenty of rudder edge. Just stuck a load of rudder in
Just
it.
to say, where did you go?
Oh, go on. Oh. That didn't want to do a roll then, did it?
Get around the other side.
Oh, it doesn't like going inverted.
I wonder why that is.
I don't have...
Stabilization off.
Oh, that'll be why. I had stabilise mode on that entire lot.
That's probably why we didn't want to do it then.
Oh, there you go.
Fighting you all the way round
Yeah.
on a thinner model. Oh, just Matt testing the wing spar there.
It's only got a metal bar in there.
Not as bad as the Bonza though, isn't it? Bonanza. That's quite axial.
That rolls really well.
Now you got to stabilise off.
Yeah.
For rear engine plane, that was.
It's doing alright, isn't it? That's probably why it felt so wallowy in the tail then if I had stabilised mode
Yeah,
on.
it's trying to fight you.
Of course we checked that. It will turn. I didn't put any rudder in then and it was quite banky and yanky. Scared to put rudder in on that close to the ground. Yeah, rudder works just counteracting the It's doing alright, isn't it? Right. Sorry, Andy, you're getting dizzy there.
I'll do another couple of rolls, I'll try and get them on cam.
4 rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, it's still turn. Get it in?
I think so.
These are quite axial, aren't they?
For rear engined. that's bloody. Yeah. Stall turn. Oh, lost it. Oh, doing so well.
Not that much of a fan going inverted, the poor thing.
Oh, lost you again. Camera keeps focusing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm not like I'm flying it normally, no. Right. So let's get this trimmed in now. So because we're using the Eagle Tree Vector, we want to get it trimmed in. Oh, jeez. That camera is awful. I can't even tell where the ground.
Oh, the blacking out.
No, not blacking out. Just. Oh, that's. Hello, beautiful. We got a bit of a side wind today, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to use. Yeah, I got too. So I'm going with and against the wind. That camera is absolute dog poo. That's a Runcam Swift. But the thing is that I've hit the ground so many times with it.
It's not the one you hit the gate with.
Probably, yeah. Am I coming back around the flight line there, Andy? Is that us?
Yeah, yeah, that's us, yeah.
Right. Cool. There you go. Thank you. That camera's awful. It does play quite slowly as well, doesn't it? Oh, tree. Right, landing.
Bit tree.
Am I landing this time?
No, I don't think you are.
I don't think I'm landing that time. Bit hesitant of knocking the power off in that. I'm not walking for it.
But you want to come low over the fence.
Yeah, I think so. But let's knock the power off.
Oh, was that bloody? What's that film? Bouncing Bombs? Oh, but no, I can't remember what the name of the film was.
Right. Still coming in pretty quick, isn't it?
Good job, it's got a plastic fuselage.
Yeah, that fuselage is nice, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, the old Raptor V2, grey one.
Stabilization
Very
off.
similar.
Stabilization off.
Very similar chassis to that. Bit more bulbous in the front to take a bit more stuff in it, but
Yeah.
External module.
Right.
Stabilization off.
Quick recap. So Andy, you were thinking about a vector. All we've done there is made sure that when we put it in stabilised mode, everything worked as expected, and then we matched the transmitter. Then if one of our surfaces is going the wrong way, we change the orientation in there and go through the wizard in the vector again, and then go through the wizard again, and then once you've got everything working as it should be, because you match your you get your transmitter to do what the model's doing. First flight, go out, just fly it around, make sure everything flies alright. You shouldn't really launch in stabilised mode, that was my mistake, but we did 2 of us check, so it's not the end of the world. Although we did that with 3 of us check last time and with the clouds, but let's not go there on that one. And then you just fly it around, get used to it, get the goggles down and trim it. Well, you trim it in line of sight as best you can, then put the goggles down and trim it in properly for FPV with your cruise throttle. Then get the model down and landed, and then you incorporate those trims into the vector. After that, you can fly that as much as you want, and you know that if you do hit return to home, all your trims are incorporated, thus it should come home. So, quick proof, what I'll do is lob it again. This time with some more knacker, yeah?
that might be an idea. Over that way, mate, of the tree.
We nearly had it in that tree, didn't we? Oh, dirty. A bit moist in here now.
Somebody needs to cut the grass.
Yeah.
Bit tidier.
Whoever told me about the dip on launch, thank you very much. Right.
Return to launch. External module.
Let's return to launch now. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Make sure your surfaces are not entirely focused on the model. But all you need to do is just make sure it does what it's supposed to do in stabilised. Get it trimmed in, get it landed, incorporate the trims, and then after that, now it'll go and climb up to 150 metres. Oh, spot the issue?
Was that circle radius about 2 metres?
Yeah, there you go. Did you see how tight that was there? I thought that was going to stall and end up on our lap.
Let's do it again. I'll try and get on video. No, I'm not going to turn over.
Look how tight that is. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Stabilized.
Just follow over it.
Yeah. Glides quite well. Well, you can see that it wants to glide quite well. That camera is absolute dog food. It is so bad. The glide's pretty good on it. I'm losing, what, 2... Yeah, now I'm knocking the height off.
Still no brick though, is it?
No, no. I was really worried about the weight on it, that it was going to be an issue. Bringing it, launching it, and it landing really heavy, and it being just awful in the sky. Right, that's our field there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. That was quite disconcerting then. That camera is absolutely awful. They used to be really good.
Not just the settings need sorting out.
No, well, it could be, but if you see the lens later, when it's dried up a bit, you'll understand why I've got issues. Right. Gently down. Right, knock the power off.
This is why you need to learn how to fly line of sight as well.
Josh. Mentioning no names at all.
Josh! Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I quite like that. The camera's awful, but it's not related to the plane. Right, what was I really concerned about? I thought it was going to be a really heavy lump and not very manoeuvrable, and I'd have to keep loads and loads of speed on. And we just saw it gliding beautifully then, didn't we? That was very controllable. Not a fan of that first launch. Loads of knacker needed, wasn't it? Really chuck it hard.
It's like the Bixler. The Bixler, because it's the motor's on the top at the back, it does actually push the nose down when it accelerates.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't fun, and I need to change the setting for the circle radius. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do...
Yeah, what, to -2 metres?
Yeah, should we have a quick look what it is? And this is, you've got a menu on the FY, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing with the flight controller...
External module. Stabilization off.
2
External
clicks.
module. Stabilization off.
What was it? Nav configuration, alter... return to home, loiter, circle radius, 18 metres!
Bit tight.
That was a bit tight. I'm going to knock that up to 100 metres or so. And we come back here. Yeah, that as well. Cool.
Engine off.
Very happy with that. Very happy with that. So what was that? 57 quid. Motor was crap. ESC questionable. Servos. Can you hear them?
Digital.
They sound rough. Yeah, they don't sound very good. Go for the kit version, unless the plug and play one's cheaper, because you're going to throw the motor away. But no, I thought that was right. We need to go and get some flight time on it. I just need a better FPV camera in it, because I can't even see the pitch through the camera. That's why I was asking you, am I in the right field? Because you'll see up there on the recording how bad it really was. Didn't it do really well? Genuinely impressed with the Ranger 1600. However, if you're looking to add this model to your hangar, there is a couple of things which you need to know about. The first one is the plug and play version. The motor is absolutely rubbish. It's only worth the magnets which are inside of it. The bearings were awful, literally been binned and gone. Can't comment on the ESC, but I'm not using it. I'm using a 40 amp Hobby King ESC. I'll put a link. By the way, any parts which I mention in a moment, I'll put links to those in the video description so you can see the same setup as what I've got. The servos are okay, but the right wing one is definitely twitchy. It's not ideal. And frankly, given half the opportunity, I will swap the servos over for decent ones. I'll probably, to be frankly honest, I'll probably elect for some MG90S ones, some metal geared ones for literally £1.80 each. Had over 150 of those, and they're normally really good, so yeah, would probably change those quite soon in this model, assuming that that one does give out. The front nose hatch cover thingy is that there are little nodules in the side, and I've already broken off 2, so I'm having to use a bit of tape on the top canopy, so I'll put that to one side of Mo. The plastic canopy which goes on the nose, really terrible construction. They've made this the wrong way round. It really should clip in from the front and then go to the back. So not really a fan of that. And I actually remembered when I was doing the
editing for the previous video when we had the first look at, well, the post-build chat about this. I remember Dave with his on his Ranger 2000, which is the 2-meter version, is that he did actually land it with the camera hanging off on one side. So he did return to home, because what had happened is that this had gone off and the camera was hanging down the side on the cables. You couldn't see where he was flying, we could see the ground flapping around, and had to use return to home to bring it home. So I'm not really that enthusiastic about this top lid section. That said, do look out for a video in the immediate future, because I'm going to design a little pan and tilt system to go up here, which I'm going to incorporate in that front canopy which I had down here, because I do like the black look of the canopy on the nose. You must admit that looks really cool, but I don't want a big bulky pan and tilt like maybe what I've got on the Mini Talon. Yeah, so we'll do a setup on that one. I'm going to take advantage of the S-Bus to PWM converter which I put in there, and yeah. Already been and changed the FPV camera. So bad the other one. It's not Runcam's fault. It's just because I hit the lens so many times before in its life. I think I put a photo up on how many Runcam FPV cameras I get through, and it's not uncommon for me to break 1 or 2 in a session, which can get a bit expensive. But yeah, it is what it is. Besides that, it flew line of sight really well, could chuck it round the sky willy-nilly. I do see why some people would maybe put flaps in there. I think that would work quite well if you were just flying it line of sight, and also to maybe aid with landing as well, to kind of cut some of the speed out of it. But it did, and it does glide very, very well. And one other bit which genuinely caught me by surprise is the rate of ascent which this model has compared to a Mini Talon. With a Mini Talon, I've always found that one area where the Mini Talon struggles is that in its rate of climb, you can't make it climb rapidly. So for example, the Nano Talon, literally at 60 degrees, full knacker, and it just goes for the sky. What I found, this one goes at about a good 45 to 50 degrees, literally light that up into the sky, full knacker, and it will climb rapidly as well. Genuinely do like that, and obviously, yeah, do go carefully, etc, etc. But I was genuinely surprised on how well it does climb and how rapidly it climbs as well. I was genuinely shocked by that. So in hindsight, I spent probably the best part to 6 to 7 hours in the setup for this model. Fitting an Eagle Tree Vector inside that fuselage was not a 5-minute job at all. If you're not going to be putting a flight controller in this model, then hey, look, you're just going to plug in 4 connectors, your ailerons, your elevator, your servo, and your ESC, and job done. It's going to be really straightforward. You're going to get to that flight line within, well, literally the time it takes to put the linkages in. It's going to be really, really fast. For me, I wanted this one for FPV, and I definitely knew that I wanted an Eagle Tree Vector in there. So like I said, I was already 6 to 7 hours committed to this model before I'd even thrown it into the sky, and I'm happy to report I am genuinely impressed with what I've been and found. So to summarise, the Ranger 1600, I kind of like it. I like that the wings detach. I can fit it into the boot of an MX-5. Well, I can fit the wings in the boot of the MX-5, and I can put the fuselage in with the passenger seat. That does work really, really well for me. So it will break down very, very easily. I do like that from the model itself. Given the choice, if the kit version, so no electronicals in there, if it's cheaper, I would strongly suggest that's what you go for. Don't go for the plug and play kit version unless it's cheaper for you to do so. Okay, the motor was absolutely rubbish. You would definitely want to swap that for a Sunny Sky X2216 1250 kV. Like I said, I'll put a link to that in the video description for you. And the future for this model is actually very clear. A, I'm keeping it. That's always a big thing. That's always a concern in the back of my head. Right, I've built it. Am I going to keep it for more than a month? And the answer is yes, I'm definitely going to do that. I am going to make a little pan. I'm going to custom make a pan and tilt system to go up here on the nose. And I also think it would be a really cool project for us to maybe do an FPV camera switcher little episode, so I can show you how you can set up using like a little inexpensive camera switcher, how we can switch between a front camera here, a pan and tilt on the top, and maybe a rear-facing camera as well. I think that would be pretty cool as a project for us to look at, because that's something I'd like to do with this one, and I think you would be interested in that as well. So yeah, look out for that in the very near future. Oh, the one big thing which I missed, love the fuselage. I don't know if you saw in the Maiden video, I just chucked it down on the ground. It greased itself in, and on the second landing, I just forced it down to the ground. It took that, and I had every confidence in the model was going to be able to take it because of that fuselage which we've got on there. That is a blown moulded fuselage, and as such I can be a little bit more rougher on the sticks, if that makes sense. And the final thing is that those of you, which we had a bit of a conversation about the Eagle Tree Vector as well, I will cover that off in more detail in a separate episode. So with that said, it's a thumbs up from Matt. Genuinely do like this model. I will put links to this model down in the video description, and for all the other parts which I've been used, and some of the parts which I'm going to be using in the very near future as well, like as I mentioned about those servos to get swapped over. Just give you an absolute heads up, they will be affiliate links, so if you use any of these links you will be supporting this channel at no extra cost to you, and something which I always like to be 100% honest about. And do keep in the back of your mind, this is a NAFA model, not a freebie for review. I bought this model out of my own money. It came up on sale for, I'm not going to mention how much for it, but it wasn't that much. It basically was like, ooh, okay, I will get that one. And I'm genuinely happy that I did go, ooh, I'll get that one, because it has turned out to be a really, really nice model, and I will be playing around with a couple of other things on this one. So look out for some more videos on the Ranger 1600, because the story doesn't end here. There are some mods which I'd like to do, especially around the FPV system, so we can take a real good play and an adventure and a deeper look into them with it. So yeah, Ranger 1600, thumbs up. On that note, if you have any questions or comments about this model, don't forget you can ask in the comments section underneath this video on YouTube. If you have been and enjoyed this episode, do me a favour, don't forget to press the subscribe button underneath this video, and of course if you're new here, press the bell icon as well, so that YouTube updates with you when the next episode is out, because it could be like what I was mentioning there, setting up the FPV camera system, so we've got multiple cameras within this model. It could be about the Eagle Tree Vector, or it could be another not a freebie for review model which I've been purchased to go on and share with you. So with that said, from myself, Matt, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to press the thumbs up icon, and I'll see you again shortly. From myself, Matt, and the Ranger 1600, cheerios! The first one is that I've got Luna down here trying to bite my feet off. You right, honey? What's up? You give me a woof? Woof? Give me a sec. She wants to be in. What's up? You in on it? Come on in. Give him a woof. Woof. Lou. Woof. Up. Good girl. Woof. What's up with you? You just wanted to be on camera, yeah? Are you cute? Are you cute? Are you? Give me a woof. How? How? Good girl. Up. Good girl. Yanji, you're just so beautiful. Right, can I get back to doing this review? Because I kind of like this model. And you're being a bit... What? Somebody wants to play. Back in a minute.